Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum. In today's video, I'll be making an argument for Hadith preservation, which is, in my opinion, an extremely powerful and a highly underrated argument for the reliability of Hadith and Islamic historical records. Basically, the companion Mushaf readings. So, as almost all of you already know, Quran was revealed in 7 ahruf, right? There were many readings that were discontinued after Uthman Raziallahu anhu united the Ummah on only the Uthmanic Rasam, right? These variant readings were recorded in are recorded basically in many of the companion Musafs, two of which are preserved in our historical records are the Musaf of Ubay bin Ka'b Raziallahu anhu and Musaf of Abdullah ibn Masud Raziallahu anhu. Now, here is the basic structure of the argument. In the Sana palimpsest, which is a 1st century manuscript, a lower text of the Sana palimpsest, which is a very early manuscript, there are about 60 such readings that are in the companion Musafs and are recorded in our historical records. There are about 20 similar companion readings in other 1st century manuscripts. Later records matching early manuscripts proves preservation, right? This is just common sense. If the later records match the early material evidence, it shows the later records go back to the time period, hence proving the reliability of Islamic historical records. Now, think about this. How would we know whether a particular historical record is reliable or not? We would see whether it conforms to the evidence or not, right? The early evidence. Here we have an agreement on 80 points. This has to prove the precision and accuracy of our historical records. There is no way around this point. This is not 1 or 2 or 5 or 10. Our records match early manuscripts on 80 points. Right? I mean, the Uthmani Quran matches. There is no doubt about that. Right? I'm just right now talking about the things that are transmitted through Ahad Ahadith, not Mutawatir Ahadith, Asnads. These companion readings are transmitted through Ahad Isnads. There are about 80 such instances where the readings recorded in our historical records, right, are present in 1st century manuscript. This is about companion readings. The Mutawatir readings, right, of Uthmanic Rasam, those are present. No one doubts that. Right now I'm talking about companion readings. There are 80 such cases of agreement between what is mentioned in our historical records and what is in the very early manuscripts. Think about this. Since this shows precision and accuracy and reliability of Ahad Isnads, this is a huge argument for reliability of Ahadith, because most Ahadith are transmitted through Ahad Isnads, right? There's no way around this point. Later records matching early manuscripts proves preservation. This is a very simple point. And going by that logic, this argument will prove the reliability and accuracy of Ahad Isnads. If that's proven, then that's a very powerful argument for reliability of Ahadith. I think that's just common sense. Now, think about this point. There are basically a few contentions to this argument, right? And these are actually quite desperate ones. But I want to go through those so you can see the weakness of the contentions and the strength of the argument. So the first contention is this: preserving a word in a particular place, right? Such as basically how a variant, one of the variants from the Quran would be, right? Is different from preserving a story or a narration. On the face of it, this contention sounds smart, but actually it doesn't work. Why? Because let's say I told you a story, right? I woke up at 6 a.m. I went to the market. I had a burger. I saw someone. I met a particular person. I came home and slept. Is this 5-line story easier to remember, or a particular variant reading in a particular place, right? Or in any text, remembering that a particular word comes in a particular place? Is that easier to remember? I actually did a Twitter poll on this, and there were about, I think, 60 or 70 votes. 69% of the people thought that remembering the story is easier, right? So think about this. If let's just go with that for now. If preserving a story, a 4 to 5 line short story, right, like the one I described, is easier to preserve than remembering a particular word comes in a particular place, right, then this is an argument for reliability of hadith, because the harder thing is accomplished in the manuscripts, right? The harder thing, the readings, particular reading comes in a particular place, that is preserved. If that is possible, then the easier thing, the story, the short story, is possible as well. So this point is an argument for the reliability of hadith and the strength of this argument, a proof for the strength of this argument, not a weakness. Hence this contention doesn't work. Our second contention is that all of the 80 readings are not an exact match. Some of them, a few of them are just similar. Okay, let's say 10 are similar, right? I had a debate on this topic as well with a person who was really desperate to challenge this argument. Let's say 10 of those are only similar, right? About 70 are an exact match. Okay, then so what? We have 70 points of agreement. Later records matching early manuscript proves preservation, and the argument still stands. Another contention is that companion Mushafs were written while ahadiths were just orally transmitted. This contention, because this is the case, then preserving qiraat or random variants or variants of the Quran that were abrogated is easier to preserve ahadith. This contention does not work. Why? Because the companion Mushafs were burned. Remember? In the Uthmanic recension, the companion Mushafs were burned. Everyone knows this point. So these variant readings were transmitted through oral transmission, not written transmission. So this contention also fails. More than that, ahadiths were written as well. We have actually a lot of evidence for this, and I am thinking about making a video on this point. Why? What Islam basically says, Islamic historical records say regarding the recording of ahadith, right, whether it's oral or written, that's actually a proof for reliability of Islamic historical records. I will make a video on that as well, inshallah. The fourth contention is, this was just a desperate one, the Uthmanic qiraat are mutawatir, right? The guy was debating, he just tried to bring it up as, I don't know, he didn't think about this and bring it up. Uthmanic qiraat are mutawatir, right? But the companion readings are ahad. So this argument, being for the reliability of ahad ahadith, still stands. Someone can try to claim that before the Uthmanic recension, some of these readings might have been more than just ahad, might have been mutawatir. Firstly, I think that's highly unlikely, right? But let's go with that for a minute. If some of these are if some of these companion readings were mutawatir before the Uthmanic recension, right? So what? After the Uthmanic recension, which is about 650s, right, of the Common Era, these are ahad. They have to be ahad after that. So from that point on, the transmission is ahad, not mutawatir. Hence, this is still an argument and a proof for reliability of ahad ahadith and ahad isnads. In conclusion, I think this is an extremely powerful argument for reliability of ahadith and Islamic historical records, and I don't think any contention to this point works. Any of the contention works. Inshallah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. By the way, the references for the claim I was making, right, regarding the number of variants in companion Mushafs and in early manuscripts, about the reference for the 60 variants that are in Sana palimpsest, that is in Sadeki's and Gordazi's study on the Sana palimpsest. There's a table near the end of the study. I'll link it in the video description, but it's quite well known. As for the point about the companion readings being in other 1st century manuscripts, that is something I heard in a correspondence with that clown when put in on Twitter. So those are the references for both these points. I don't think anyone will try to challenge at least the point I'm making regarding companion readings being present in early manuscripts. Inshallah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Till next time, Assalamu alaikum.